All right, so pertaining this justice crack issue with the trend, I don't take my time listening to Mama P. I'd also take my time listening to Very Dark Man. I'd also take my time listening to Marshall, Randy Peters, Omoyele Sowore, every other person where don't air their opinion in one or two ways, right? So, but a lot of people, they try say VDM, Naim, don't poison Marshall mind. But I no concur with that narrative. Marshall is an adult. You understand? He has the right to think and do things on his own. And this is not the first time that he has been fighting for human rights. You understand? He has been there for years. In fact, him and Omoyele Sowore like that, they have 30 years experience, if I'm not mistaken, right? So, I can't concur that somebody like VDM will be the one to influence Marshall not to do the right thing, right? But when I now go deeper, I now understood one thing. Power tussle is like someone wants to be the hero. Somebody won't claim the hero. My use page in here, you understand? Somebody won't like stand as the hero of the whole game. They get the point. Because, after I watched the thing for Facebook, I decide to ask ChatGPT. I say, come, ChatGPT, can a lawyer stand on behalf of his fellow lawyer in courts, or in the essence of, that bail application, can another lawyer continue it in respect of a colleague? I ask those questions. I constantly ask, can the defendant decide, who will work with their lawyer like that? So when I did all my research, this is what I got. 1, can a lawyer lead bail for you if you are not around? Yes, another lawyer can appear in court and handle the bail application for your client even if you are absent. In practice, the lawyer will simply announce appearance for you or for the defendant. Example of what usually happens in court. The lawyer stands up and says something like, "My lord, I appear for the defendant and I move the application for bail," as in on behalf, of a fellow colleague. He say, even if you are the lawyer originally handling the case, or your name is on the case file, another lawyer from your law firm or any other law firm you brief can, hold your brief and move the bail application. This is very common in court practices. And then I move on. What does holding brief mean, so that we go know them? It says holding brief simply means a lawyer temporarily represents another lawyer in court. For example, you have a case in court today, you are not available, you seek another lawyer to attend the court. The lawyer will say, "My lord, I hold the brief for my," so let's assume that is me. So you now say, "My lord, I hold the brief for Mr. Peter Truth for the defendant," right? Then they can move bail, ask for adjournment, respond to the judge, and do basic proceedings. 3, does the lawyer have to be from your firm? No. Any qualified lawyer can hold brief for you if you brief them or your client authorized them. So it could be your colleague, another lawyer in your chambers, a completely different lawyer. Now it can be colleague, another lawyer from the chambers, a complete different lawyer, as in the lawyer definitely will get relationship with you, right? So I move on. Can a lawyer represent you if you are the one being charged? Yes. If you are the lawyer but you are the defendant in a case, another lawyer can represent you just like any other client. You have 2 options: represent yourself, called appearing in prison, or hire another lawyer to defend you. Most lawyers prefer another lawyer to represent them because it helps with objectivity, right? Example, to make it clearer, let's say Lawyer A is defending a client in a criminal case. The lawyer is coming up for bail hearing. Lawyer A is not around that day. Lawyer B can come to court and say, my lord, I hold the brief of lawyer A for the defendant and the move of the application for bail, for Mr. So and so. The court will usually allow it. You understand? When it may not be allowed, okay, sometimes the judge may refuse if the lawyer does not know anything about the case. Important arguments must be made. The court requires the main counsel to be present, but a bail adjournment and simple application holding brief is very common and accepted, right? So now let's go. In fact, let us not go there, because it is said that if a lawyer that filed a bail or that has been handling a case withdraws herself from the case or quits the case, automatically everything he or she has filed so far concerning that case will be withdrawn and will be quitted as well from the court. So that is certain. That is how the judiciary works. That is how the court works. That is how the bar association works. Everything about it. That is how it works, right? But at this very moment, now listen, they say the only way, listen, when it may not be allowed, the only way another lawyer might not be allowed to hold a brief on your behalf or continue a case on your behalf, or when you are there as a barrister handling the case. Now this is what they said. They said, let's go back. I'm trying to go back to it. They said sometimes the judge may refuse it if the lawyer does not know anything about the case. The person they brought, in fact, a lot of rumors are flying that person would have been the first person to lead the case in court. That was unfortunate that Barrister Marshall went, it's like he played smart and then start filing a lot of cases. So they decided, okay, Barrister Marshall, since you also have a very good motive, and the motive is for us to bring out Justice Crack, just continue, right? Then another one, they said important arguments must be made. This guy is a senior colleague to Marshall. He has more experience than Marshall. So what arguments are they looking for? And there was no argument like that from the judge. There was no argument like that from the judge. In fact, the judge have not even said, no, we can't accept this lawyer, because there are some arguments, that are there that everybody knows about all the arguments. So what is the whole issue? What is the annoyance all about from Marshall? Okay, let's move on. The court requires the main counsel to be present. The court did not even say, okay, let the main counsel be present. So why is Marshall angry? Now there is a saying from the Latin proverb. It says, if you are in a mission, you stick to the plan and not the mood. Right now, I think Marshall stick to his mood. He sticks to his mood, not the plan. The game plan is whatsoever means Justice Crack must be released. That is it. Whether there is a bumble, there is a this, so there are allegations, so the plan of this whole issue is Justice Crack should be granted bail. So if another lawyer is coming in and is coming in confinement with your antecedents, your play, he wants to walk from where you stop, like he wants to continue with you, and they are not even saying Marshall should quit or step aside. They are more or less saying, okay, let this person lead at this moment. Marshall, stay behind. Now, a lot of rumors were flying, which some said it was VDM, blah blah blah. For me, I disagree with that. But maybe let's assume the defendant counsel, the counsel, and some of the people involved lost confidence in Marshall because of the misunderstanding within VDM and these people already. It's like they lost confidence in Marshall, and they feel like if we have another person ahead of this case, it's more better. But whichever course, they can settle it. Because now just imagine you are a doctor, you are in a surgery room, you have already started tearing the tummy of the person, you already started your appendix job like that, and then another doctor now come and tell you that, Oga, I'm a superior doctor in this field, and they have said I should come and proceed from where you have stopped to lead the surgery on this patient. Will you now say, just because you are angry or you became so emotional, you will now off all the light, off all the system that they are using to carry out the whole surgery, then create an argument and then leave for your patient to die? Will you do that? The answer is no, because this is what Marshall just did. This is what he just did. The mission is to save the life. If you are the doctor, you will first of all allow them to save the life before you bring out any argument, because any further arguments pertaining that surgery might cost the person his life. Remember, he already tear the belly. He has already sent the application to the court. This is the application for bail. The court are already reading it. They are already into it. And then you start a vex just because you are not the one leading the case. It's not ideal. I think Barrister Marshall acted on his own contest. He acted on his own rights and on his own emotions. VDM did not influence him. That is my own take here. Despite VDM might be doing his own thing, which I listened to him too. I never want to buy. In fact, after when he said he can no longer continue the protest against Dangote in Benin, when that girl got accident in Benin, in Epoma there, that was when I understood that, okay, this boy is just joking. He just used us gain influence, and he don't gain influence already, right? After he was arrested again by the EFCC and then brought out, his own intonation changed too. I know, get in time. In fact, he has said he's not an activist. So let's take him for who he is. He's either a content creation or anything he has explained himself to be. Let's take him for that. Marshall is an adult. VDM cannot influence him. So let's put all that aside. We'll put that on aside. Let's face the reality. The reality here is that Justice Crack is supposed to be granted bail because of Marshall's own interest in the whole issue, in the whole case. He decided to withdraw from the case, and him withdrawing from the case caused Justice Crack not to have his own bail, not to have his bail on that day. So the blame should be on Marshall, because you must stick to the plan and not the mood. Because the mood might be telling you quit. The mood might be telling you say you don't tie arrest. The mood might be telling you say no, continue again. But the plan said you must achieve this goal. So you must follow the goal of the plan, not the goal of your mood. I rest my case. I remain the bitter truth. No time. And also note, please don't end the first. Also note that on my live stream today, I have a little case here that I want to go and listen to here in my area. I don't want to start going into details about the case, but if they judge it and I'm not okay with it, I will decide to go into details. But for now, I don't want to go into details. I want to say how they will judge your case, because the thing has to do with the driver that normally carries me on a charter. My driver that normally comes to carry me on a charter, and his son and another person. You understand? Those are the people involved in this case. So I just want to be present, to see how the case is going. In whichever way I can assist, then I can also assist. So just as I said, because of that, I might not come out early, or I might come out early and I might leave the live stream in the hands of some of my trusted followers. So peradventure I leave the live stream in the hands of some of my trusted followers. I might come late, but I don't know when they are going to round up the whole case issue. But peradventure they round it on time, I'm going to come before 9. But peradventure they do not round it up on time, then I'm going to come maybe by exactly 10 or 11. Once again, I remain the bitter truth. No time.